name's Sydnie Christmas.
Is it?
Sydnie Christmas.
That's an unbelievable name. I love that.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's not.
My middle name's worse.
What is it?
Mary.
On June 2nd, 2024, a voice that felt both timeless and brand new echoed through the Eventim Apollo and into millions of UK homes. Sydnie Christmas, with tears in her eyes as confetti rained down, was crowned the winner of Britain's Got Talent. It was the peak of a lifelong dream, a moment of pure triumph for the singer from Gravesend who had nearly given up on show business entirely. She walked away with a $250,000 prize and a coveted spot at the Royal Variety Performance, a fairy tale ending for all to see. For Sydnie Christmas, this was it. £250,000 and a fast track to the stardom she'd been chasing for a decade. But what happens when that dream smacks into reality? For Sydnie, the biggest challenges started the second she stepped off that stage. Fame brings opportunity, sure, but it also brings pressure, scrutiny, and a whole lot of uncertainty the cameras never show. Sydnie's path quickly proved that the spotlight doesn't guarantee a smooth ride. This is what really happened after the cameras stopped rolling. Before the golden buzzer and the standing ovations, there was quiet desperation. Sydnie's journey to the Britain's Got Talent stage wasn't some spur-of-the-moment idea. It was, in her own words, the last chance saloon. For 10 years since graduating from D&B Academy of Performing Arts, she'd been grinding away in an industry famous for rejection. She worked on cruise ships in shows like Grease, landed a role in the off-West End show Lazarus, and even performed in a German production of Starlight Express. But the big break, the kind that pays the bills and puts your name in lights, just wasn't coming. She was living the London hustle with her partner, working multiple jobs just to stay afloat, including at a local gym. The West End dream was fading, and the constant no's had taken their toll. She admits that after a decade of trying, she was this close to giving it all up. The financial and emotional roller coaster of a performer's life was becoming too much. She'd even started retraining for a Level 3 personal training qualification to build a more stable life, something to fall back on when the stage lights dimmed for good. It was on the verge of this career change that she decided to give her dream one last, desperate push. She'd sent audition tapes to BGT for 4 years, but was always too scared to go through with it. This time was different. She explained in an interview that she felt brave because she was finally ready to let go. It was going to be one last hurrah before she committed to her new life at the gym. Then, the email inviting her to audition for the judges arrived, and she decided to just go for it. That day, she walked onto the stage, a relative unknown, and sang Tomorrow from Annie. It was a performance that floored the judges and the audience. Amanda Holden, visibly moved, hit her golden buzzer, sending Sydnie straight to the semi-finals. That audition wasn't just a vocal masterclass, it was her life story in a song, and it sparked an instant, powerful connection with the public. But her path to victory wasn't easy. Just before the live finals, she got sick and completely lost her voice, a singer's worst nightmare. She took to Instagram to tell her followers she was unwell, a terrifying spot to be in just before the biggest performance of her life. Yet her determination was unshakable. For the semi-finals, she delivered a powerful big band version of Frank Sinatra's My Way, a song choice that felt deeply personal and defiant. It was a statement, and it punched her ticket to the grand final. For the finale, she chose Over the Rainbow, another classic brimming with hope. The performance was a breathtaking display of her vocal control and emotional depth, cementing her as the one to beat. When the votes came in, she won with a clear 27%, 2% of the public vote. In that moment, the years of struggle, the multiple jobs, and the fear all just melted away. Sydnie Christmas wasn't the girl working at the gym anymore. She was the people's champion, winning. Britain's Got Talent is like being strapped to a rocket. The aftermath is a blur of press, TV appearances, and the sudden weird reality of being a household name. Sydnie's life was transformed overnight. One of the biggest parts of the BGT prize is performing for royalty at the prestigious Royal Variety Performance. This wasn't just another gig. It's a British institution, a stage graced by legends. On November 22, 2024, Sydnie took to the iconic Royal Albert Hall stage to fulfill that promise. In an Instagram post, she called the experience mind-blowing. Nerve-wracking, pinch me, this can't be real. Admitting the pressure of performing for King Charles was huge. For the performance, she didn't sing one of the ballads that won her the show. Instead, she chose a powerful, intense cover of Imagine Dragons' Believer. It was a bold move. While her vocals were flawless, the decision to perform a modern rock anthem split opinion. Some viewers took to social media, confused by the choice and wishing she'd sung Tomorrow or Over the Rainbow again. But Sydnie later explained the song was for little Sid, the dreamer who never quit. She wanted it to be a reminder for everyone to fight for their dreams. The performance was introduced by her BGT champion, Amanda Holden, making the moment even more special. Mixed reception or not, it was Sydnie's first major statement as a recording artist, proving she wasn't afraid to take risks. Beyond the Royal Variety, her days were packed. She was a guest on shows like This Morning, sharing her disbelief at how her life had changed and often breaking down in tears of gratitude. Yet, she also worked to stay grounded. She mentioned in interviews how she could still take the train, or bus in a tracksuit with her hair up and go unrecognized. This ability to switch between being a rising star and her normal, down-to-earth self became a key way for her to cope in those chaotic early months. The pressure on a talent show winner to release music while they're still in the public eye is intense. Sydnie's team moved fast. The recording process for her debut album was, in her words, quick, just 3 weeks. Having never recorded a full album, she described it as a rapid learning curve under a tight deadline. On September 20th, 2024, she released her debut album titled My Way. The 11-track collection was a thank you to her fans, featuring her defining BGT songs, Tomorrow, Over the Rainbow, and My Way. A standout moment came after Andrew Lloyd Webber saw her sing a snippet of Starlight Express on Instagram and encouraged her to record an official version. Having performed in the show in Germany, she said the song meant hope and light, and recording it felt like a full-circle moment. The album was a huge commercial success, hitting the #1 spot on the UK iTunes chart. It was massive validation, proving her appeal went far beyond the show. Up. This chronic physical pain took a toll on her mental health. She admitted to struggling with anxiety, depression, and a persistent mind fog. For years, doctors were stumped. She tried going vegan in 2018, but it only made things worse. Finally, in 2021, a doctor suggested she might have a gluten intolerance. She was told to cut it out of her diet, and the results were life-changing. It took 2 weeks for it to completely change my life, she said. I had no pain, and my energy returned. I was back to my old self. She came off antidepressants, and her weight stabilized. Her honesty about these struggles has become a core part of who she is. She consistently uses her platform to advocate for mental health, talking about the importance of therapy and having a trusted circle of friends. She acknowledged that the public scrutiny from her BGT win brought on anxiety and self-doubt. Even after being embraced by the nation, she still had to fight those internal battles. That resilience, forged through years of hardship, became her armor. Even with a booming music career, Sydnie never strayed far from her first love, the theater. During the 2024 holiday season, she starred as the fairy godmother in a pantomime, production of Cinderella in Dartford. It was a clear sign that she's a true performer, happiest when connecting with a live audience. Her grounded approach to fame was clear in a surprising decision she made. Even after winning $250,000 and landing a record deal, she announced she was going back to school to finish the personal training qualification she started before BGT. She explained that she wanted to finish what she started, saying, "It will do my head in if I don't finish it." This choice said a lot about her character. It showed a deep sense of responsibility and an understanding that fame can be fickle. This desire for stability is also reflected in her personal life. She's spoken openly about her relationship with her partner Max Rizzo, an entertainer himself. She said their shared understanding of the industry is a huge support. She has also expressed a hope to one day start a family, admitting that while she's ambitious, she also wants a normal life. When the rescheduled My Way tour finally kicked off in early 2025, it was a massive success. The tour played at prestigious venues across the UK, including the London Aldwych Theatre and the Birmingham Symphony Hall, to rave reviews. A standout moment was when she brought Lauren Allred on stage at her London show for the first ever live performance of their Over the Rainbow duet, a moment reviewers said, "Stop the show." In a full-circle gesture, she also invited the choir from her old performing arts school to join her on stage. The tour's success was so great that she soon announced a second UK tour and shows booked in New York City for April. The girl from Gravesend who nearly gave up was now an international touring artist. Sydnie's journey of resilience and authenticity is truly inspiring. If you're enjoying this story and want more deep dives into what happens after the talent show confetti settles, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And let us know in the comments below which talent show stars' story should we tell next? As of mid-2025, Sydnie Christmas is no longer just a BGT winner. She's a full-fledged artist, entrepreneur, and advocate. While her first album was mostly covers, she's now reportedly working on a sophomore album focused on original music. Insiders suggest it will lean into soul, big band, and contemporary pop, proving she's ready to experiment beyond her theatrical roots. Her success has also opened doors in television, with buzz about a potential TV special or documentary about her incredible rise. But her love for the stage remains her driving force. After her panto run, rumors swirled about her finally landing a major West End role. In the summer of 2025, it was officially announced she would star as the iconic villain Cruella de Vil in a production of 101 Dalmatians, the musical. A planned London concert was even moved to the larger Adelphi Theatre and scheduled to be filmed for a U.S. broadcast, a clear sign of her growing international appeal. Perhaps most importantly, Sydnie is building a legacy beyond music. She has become a powerful and authentic advocate for mental health, using her own experiences with anxiety and chronic illness to inspire others. By speaking so openly, she has helped destigmatize these issues, reminding millions that it's okay not to be okay. From the brink of quitting to the top of British entertainment, Sydnie Christmas's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. The story that started on the Britain's Got Talent stage wasn't a fairy tale ending, but the beginning of a complex, challenging, and inspiring new chapter. She has faced rescheduled tours, public scrutiny, and the quiet daily battle of managing her health. But through it all, she has remained profoundly herself. She's the powerhouse vocalist who brings an audience to its feet and the pragmatic woman who plans to finish her personal training course. She is the glamorous star in a glittering gown and the down-to-earth girl who still takes the bus. Sydnie Christmas has done more than just win a talent show. She has taken her one shot and thoughtfully, resiliently built a real, sustainable career on her own terms. Her story is a powerful reminder that true success isn't just about one triumphant moment, but about the strength and hard work it takes to navigate the journey that follows. Her future is brighter than ever, proving that for her, tomorrow has finally arrived.